In this video, we're going to look at factoring trinomials using the box method. The general form of a quadratic trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c, where the quadratic term is the one that has the x squared, the linear term is the one that has the x, and the constant term is the one that doesn't have a variable. Yesterday, we looked at factoring things that were in the form ax squared plus bx, right? Where we said the distributive property said I need to multiply 3x times x, and that was 3x squared, and 3x times positive 4 was positive 12x. To factor something like that, we went in reverse. So if the distributive property was multiplying, right, when we went in reverse, we wanted to divide. So in reverse, that was saying, what can I divide both of those terms by? And it turned out here we can divide them both by 2x. So we factored it so that the 2x was the thing I was distributing, and there was still a x minus 5 in those parentheses. Factoring just means writing things as a product or as a multiplication problem. So we do the same thing we did with multiplication in reverse. But now the question is, how does that extend to multiplying binomials, right? So if I was going to multiply these binomials using the box method, we had x plus 3 and 2x minus 5 as our two binomials. Right? Those went on the outside of our box. Our job was to find the inside of the box, and we did that by multiplying those things together. 2x times x is 2x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Right? But it turned out that before we could write our final answer, we also had to combine our like terms here that were along our diagonal. So our final answer has the 2x squared. If I combine 6x minus 5x, I get plus x, or 1x, and then the minus 15. If I want to work backwards, how am I going to do that? Well, a couple of the things that I notice. The 2x squared and the negative 15 in the first and last box match the answer. So that means if I'm given the answer to start, right, I'm working backwards, the 3x squared and the negative 2 must go in the first and last box. But now this time, I already combined my diagonal, so I need to figure out what numbers combined to be negative 1x. The pattern that we need to know here, that if we were in school we would probably have you develop or really work through, is that in every box problem you have done, if you don't believe me, you can go back and look at some other ones. The two diagonals have to multiply to the same thing. So in that example we have on the left side, 2x squared times negative 15 is negative 30x squared. And 6x times negative 5x is also negative 30x squared. So I know what these two boxes need to multiply to. I also know what they need to add up to. This is where we get to use what we've been practicing for the last couple weeks, right? We get to use our diamond. I know they have to multiply to the same thing as that other diagonal. In our diamond, we're always going to put A times C where we want to find out what we're multiplying to. So in this case, I want to multiply to negative 6. And then my B value, that negative 1x, so negative 1 is what I want these two numbers to add up to. I already know that both of those numbers are going to have an x. Right? I just need to figure out what the coefficients are. So I ask what multiplies to -6 and adds up to -1. And it turns out that that would be +2 and -3. So I'm going to fill in +2x and -3x into my box. It does not matter which one of those goes where. Okay? Those two things could go in either place because the diagonal would still add up to be -1, right? And the two diagonals still multiply to the same thing. Now my job is to figure out what goes on the outside of those boxes so I can figure out what my factors were. To do that, we look at what we practiced yesterday where we factored finding our greatest common factor. So what is the greatest common factor of my first row? The biggest thing I can divide both pieces by is just x. What is the greatest common factor of my next row? Right? That would be the biggest thing I can divide them both by. Well, only by, if there's a negative in the front, I want a negative on the outside. So -1. So the sign closest to the outside should always match. Okay? If I look at my rows or my columns instead, right? Or I could just reverse multiply now. What times x gets me 3x squared? Well, that would be 3x. And what times x would get me 2x? That would be 2. And 2 times -1 is -2. Or I could have gone through and checked for my greatest common factor in each column, right? What is the biggest thing I can divide both of the terms in that first column by? And what about the biggest thing I can divide both of the terms in my second column by? And again, if something's not negative, that means that it's positive. And now I'm ready to write my answer. My factors are the pieces on the outside of my box. So x minus 1 and 3x plus 2. It also doesn't matter which order I put those factors because like 3 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. Right? So the order I write those in is not important. Let's look at just a couple more examples together. So in our first example, I'm going to go ahead and put my x squared in my first box, my -10 in my second box. When I multiply those together, I get -10x squared. So -10 is what I want to multiply to. And I also know that the other two boxes need to add up to 3, right? +3. So what two numbers multiply to -10 but add up to 3? Well, I think that would be 5 times -2, and then 5 plus -2, or 5 minus 2, is 3. So 5x and -2x must be on my diagonal. Now this is a nice one because there's only one way to make x squared, and that's x times x. Right? I don't even really have to think about a greatest common factor, although that is what the greatest common factor would be. And here my greatest common factor would be -2. Going up that second column, or x times what would get me 5x? That would be 5. Right? And double check, 5 times -2 is -10. So this factors into the outside of my box was x minus 2 times x plus 5. And one more. If I put my first term inside my first box and my last term in my last box, I know that diagonal multiplies to 12. So I need something that multiplies to 12 but adds up to this middle term, which is +7. So I need this diagonal to add up to +7x, which means in order to add up to 7x, they must both have an x. And the two numbers that multiply to 12 but add to 7 are 3 and 4. Again, it doesn't matter which one you put where. Then we look for our greatest common factor of each row and column, or we really only have to find one that we're confident is correct. And I think here I can divide both of these by 2x. So 2x was my greatest common factor. And then I can ask, well, what times 2x would get me 2x squared? And that would be x. And what times 2x is 4x for the top of the second column? That would be 2. And then what do I need to multiply x by to get 3x? That would be 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. Check. So my factored form is x plus 2. Right? Remember, if there's no negative, it's a positive. And 2x plus 3. So seeing if you could try some of these on your own.